it's Justin here again, aka Justin Lambchop on Twitter, back to blog about one of my favorite figure skating competitions in the entire season, the Grand Prix Final, where the top competitors from the Grand Prix series all compete against each other. It's always a really exciting event to watch because it's like seeing the best of the best go against each other. Now, before I start blogging about the ladies event at this competition, I wanted to give a shout out to two of my Twitter followers. The first one goes to Anna, who goes by the Twitter handle Annabelle_FI. Hey Anna, who is there at the Grand Prix Final live in Barcelona this weekend. I am so jealous but so excited that you were able to experience such an awesome competition live. I can only imagine the atmosphere in the arena this weekend. And my second shout out goes to Sharon, who goes by the Twitter handle Rosa Cotton, who actually requested that I make this video. Sharon, thanks for always watching my videos and leaving positive comments. It's very much appreciated. Okay, so let's get down to business and talk about the competition. First place gold medal winner goes to Russian skater Elizaveta Tuktumysheva with a total score of 203.58. Elizaveta is on fire, guys. She is doing really well. This is like legitimately her 7th or 8th competition this season, most of them being senior Bs, which I believe she won all of her competitions except for Skate America, where she finished 2nd. So this girl has a fire in her, and she is going out and winning all these competitions and producing good results. So the Russian Federation should be impressed, and her Russian teammates should be scared and worried about seeing her at Russian Nationals. Very good for her. She brought her A game and finished first place in both the short and long program segment. That is just amazing. Not much to say about her long program besides that she was technically flawless. She had the highest program component scores. I love her movement over the ice. And the great thing is that she looks like she's enjoying skating again. I actually wasn't the biggest fan of her last season because, as most of you know, she was struggling last season and didn't do well and ended up missing the Olympic team in her home country. So that must have been a big disappointment, but she's back strong this year and she looks like she loves skating, and she actually might be one of my favorite Russian skaters out there right now. So good for her. Her long program included a lot of great technical elements. So including 2 triple Lutz jumps, wonderful triple toe combination. All of her spins received a level 4, as well as her step sequence. And you know, it was good to see her being rewarded properly by the judges because her program component scores were also the highest of the bunch in this competition. And my favorite part of her long program was actually the footsteps or the dancing towards the end of the program. And then obviously her smile once she finishes her skate. That was really, really great to see. It's nice to see her smile because her eyes are very piercing. I'm really a big fan of Elizaveta, so I think that the Russian Federation needs to bow down to her and reward her and stick her in a 5-star hotel for a week so that she can relax, because she has been out competing full time this season and deserves a break. And she actually probably looked a little fatigued in this competition. She didn't have the 100% fire that she normally brings. So Elizaveta, go home, relax, regain your strength for Russian Nationals because you will need it. And good luck. I'm on your side. So moving on to the silver medalist in this competition, Elena Radionova from Russia as well, who also skated a really clean long program. Elena Radionova had a total score of 198.74 and qualified for the final by winning both of her Grand Prix events at Skate America and Trophy Eric Bompard. So many people expected Elena to win this competition. However, she had an unexpected fall in the short program on her triple loop jump. She landed her triple, but everyone was so shocked that she fell on her triple loop jump. So She actually ended up in third place after the short program with a score of 63.89, which is actually quite low for Elena. Her short program score, I gotta say, is becoming, or her short program is actually becoming a guilty pleasure of mine because it's to the J-Lo melody. I was not a fan of it at first, but I couldn't help but dance along and bop my head to it this morning. So it's growing on me. I think if she skates it cleanly, it could be one of my favorites to watch. I don't think it deserves the highest component marks, but it's fun to watch now. And her long program, I actually did not know what to expect, but I'm not surprised that she came back almost flawlessly with the technical elements. She brought all of her triple combinations, like level 4 spins. It's funny because her last spin, the layback spin at the end of her long program, is a level 4 and it receives almost +3 grade of execution from many of the judges. Oh, that spin is her best friend. It is awesome to watch. Now, where she lacks, obviously, is in the program component scores, which makes sense. In the long program, her program component score was about 63, whereas Ashley Wagner's was 64 and Elizaveta's was 65. And I think that's appropriate because when I watch Elena skate, kind of like by herself, I really like her exuberance and her radiance on the ice. She's always so joyful to watch. But if you see her in a competition back to back between Ashley Wagner and Elizaveta, you can see where she lacks in the department of relating to the music and in skating skills. I expect that to improve over time, but that's something to note about the current state of her skating. So it was good to see that. I thought her scores were judged pretty fairly. Um, let's see, what else did I write here? I expect her to place well at Russian Nationals and Worlds. And you know what? I actually expect both Elizaveta and Elena Radionova to be on the podium at Worlds. I do. I'm not sure how they do at Russian Nationals. That's going to be a hard one to predict. But on the international scene, I think they've established a nice track record of performing really well. So it'll be interesting to see how they perform in the next few weeks at their national championships. We'll keep an eye on that for sure. All right, now moving on to the surprise bronze medal finisher, my girl, my bestie, Ashley Wagner from the US. Woohoo! Now, Ashley Wagner kind of got lucky by qualifying for the Grand Prix Final, but I'm so glad she made it. She had a total competition score of 189.50 and earned her spot here by finishing second at Skate Canada and third at Trophy Eric Bompard. Now, this is also her third consecutive Grand Prix Final medal. That is awesome. Now, we were all so worried after the short program because she made some errors. She stepped out of the triple flip, so that meant no triple combination. And then when she added the combination, the double toe, to the triple loop, that was kind of shaky. And she earned quite a low score, but at least she broke a 60. I think her score was like a 60.2, something along those lines, and she was last, dead last, after the short program. Thankfully, her program component scores kept it up. Now, when you watch the Eurosport commentators, they mention that Ashley Wagner is superior in terms of relating to the music and artistry and expression on the ice, and I completely agree with that. In fact, out of all the top lady skaters right now, she may be one of the only ones that elude maturity on the ice. She kind of reminds me of Joanie Rochette or a Michelle Kwan with the short program, so that's good for her. But those mistakes, especially in the short program, can be costly. I didn't know what to think. I actually thought her chances at a medal were gone. However, in the long program, girlfriend brought it back. She came back with a vengeance and ended up skating the most technically difficult program she's ever skated before, which included technical elements such as the triple flip, triple toe combination, triple loop, half loop, triple Salchow combo, and she brought back the Lutz, which was left out of her first competition at Skate Canada. And she landed almost everything cleanly. Triple flip, triple toe, clean. And the triple Lutz at the end of that competition, no edge call, no under rotation, positive grades of execution plus 10% bonus. Big point getter. The only minor mistake was she under rotated and double footed the triple Salchow at the back end of the triple loop, half loop, triple Salchow combination. But the important thing was that she went for it and she stayed on her feet. I actually think that looks like a good combination jump for her. So she should definitely keep this layout because her jump layout has been changing from competition to competition. Ashley and Raphael, I think this is the jump layout to keep going into nationals. You should only be practicing and going through the run through with that jump layout. In my opinion, I think that's going to really help you out at nationals. Let's see here. It was great to see that her program component scores were the second highest in the long program. So the judges were really rewarding her for her style. Because many people are actually on the fence about her long program. I actually really enjoyed the Moulin Rouge soundtrack for her long program. She's skating with attack, which she actually kind of lacked the attack earlier this season. And I'd say maybe even a little bit in the short program here at the Grand Prix Final. So it's good to see her attack again, and you could tell she wanted to move up in the standings. So Ashley, when you go to nationals, you need to skate as if you are in last place after the short program at the Grand Prix Final, because that will spark that fire in you to go out there and land everything. So Ashley, I expect to see you at the World Championships. I'm not sure if I see her winning nationals again, but it's definitely not out of the question. She for sure has a chance. I am so excited that she really brought it here. And there was actually two things I wanted for the Grand Prix Final. I wanted a Russian lady to finish in last, which didn't happen, but almost happened. And I did not want to see a podium sweep by the Russians. So Ashley, thank you for making one of my wishes come true for this competition. And good luck going into nationals. So moving on, in fourth place we have the other Russian skater, Anna Pogorilaya, who finished with a total program score, or competition score of 180.29, and she qualified for the final by winning Skate Canada and placing second at Cup of Russia. So good for her. However, this was a disappointing showing. She really should have been on the podium, and she has the ability to win this competition with the elements in her technical arsenal. So she ended up falling on both her short and long program, which was surprising to see. For her long program, besides the fall, she actually hit all of her triple jumps, but she was not performing at all. Her expression was very vacant and she was slower than usual, and her spins were actually really troublesome. They received lower levels and lots of negative marks for grade of execution. So I would say that affected her program component scores because they were in the low sevens. She just was not into her skate here after, especially after she made her mistakes. And come to think about it, heading into Russian Nationals, she may be the one that's left off the world team. I could see her going to four continents and winning there. But she's really going to have to recoup and make sure that she doesn't make those mistakes at Russian Nationals because it's going to be such a fight there. Now, moving on to the last Russian skater at the Grand Prix Final. In fifth place, we have Julia Lipnitskaia, who barely dodged being in last place by about 1 point. Now, she started off her short program really strong. She landed her triple Lutz, triple toe combination, which is back, but she received an edge call on her triple flip. So she was in second place after the short program by about less than 1 point behind Elizaveta. So I thought she was going to go out in the long program and attack. We then learned that Julia is not a great long program skater, as she had two falls, one being on a double axel, and then she ended up popping a few of her jumps at the end of the program. And after the first mistake, same with Anna Pogorilaya, you can tell that Julia just lost interest. You could tell in her expression, you could tell in her skating that she just wasn't fighting for it anymore. And she ended up dropping from second to fifth place, as I said earlier, barely out of last. So quite unfortunate for her. I don't know what the future lies for her. It looks like there can be an issue with technique as she's receiving an edge call on her flip jumps, even if it's a double or popped. So that's quite worrisome for me, and I'm not sure how she'll do in the future. What do you all think? I think she missed her opportunity by not performing at her best at the Olympics, which is unfortunate. Yeah. Okay, so now on to the sixth place finisher, Rika Hongo of Japan, who was a replacement for Gracie Gold. Having an okay showing here. I think in Rika's case, she was just lucky enough and excited to just be at this competition and qualifying for it. She actually skated a really nice short program, technically strong with the 61 and the triple triple combination. The long program was where she made some errors. She ended up popping a few of her jumps at the end of her program, and she also suffers from low program component marks, which makes sense. I think she needs to refine her skating skills, and her posture just really isn't great. I'm not sure if she's the best Japanese skater right now, female skater right now. I think Kaneko Murakami is a little more pleasant to watch, but it was surprising to see her not qualify for the final. Now, what do you all think? I think that before this competition happened, I thought that Gracie Gold could potentially place third. But now that I see how everyone skated and I saw how strong Ashley skated, I think Gracie probably would have finished in fourth, potentially third. But yeah, it's a shame that we didn't get to see her skate against the best in the world. But she should do what's best for her, be healthy, and prepare for nationals. I expect it to be a showdown between Ashley and Gracie for the title, and that should be an interesting competition to watch. I am sad that we won't have another figure skating competition for a while. Maybe in a few weeks I will post a video with my predictions for how the skaters will place at US Nationals. So keep an eye out for that. Otherwise, everyone, thank you for watching my video. Thanks for participating in the chats on Twitter, and I will